Hey man, if all you need to know is the update, I've released around 5, soon to be more emulators for the PSP in 2025. The project kind of is called Frog. So there is an emulator for GBC, it's called Frog GBC. There is an emulator for GBA, it's called Frog GBA. You can see the theming, right? There is a Pico 8 emulator. I'm soon to release Mega Drive emulator called Frog Drive. If that's all you need to know, grab them. You might be surprised. If any of the games on other emulators on the PSP didn't work, there is a huge chance they will work completely fine on my Frog releases. Why? And this is why we go to rambling. So if you don't want to hear software engineering updates, then I guess that's it for you. If you want to, I'm gonna give you a story of why did those come to be. First of all, I'm an older dude, man. I live in the middle of nowhere, in a tiny house with my animals and with my beautiful partner. What does that mean? I tend to play, like, the older you get, the weirder you get, man. And I only play one console at a time, rather one device at a time, because I also play PC games as well. It so happened that I was playing a lot of PSP this year. A lot of great games released there. Katamari Damacy, I've played Tactics Ogre. I've played a ton of games on the PSP. I finished Game of the Month, the this game I forgot, Prini. Yeah, it was called Prini. I've been enjoying my time this year with PSP. It's been taking quite a lot of my gaming time. Fully worth it. I was going on a trip though, on a cruise ship trip with my father. He's retired. I wanted to have a nice trip before the summer ends, just enjoy ourselves. Me, play some games, him, drink some coffee. You know how it goes on a cruise ship, right? If you don't know, then check it out. It's something to experience. But I was playing the PSP. At the same time, I wanted to play a Game Boy Color game. It's called Shantae. With my amazing Eastern European accent, it sounds completely wrong, and I realize it, but there is like a dissonance between my head and what I say. It is what it is. None of the emulators on the PSP could play it. Like legit nothing played Shantae and the Game Boy Color. And I kind of gave up on it. I was like, fine, I'm gonna play my Monster Hunter for the 16th year in a row. I was like, sure, whatever, man. By the way, people bring like a coffee to those podcasts, but all I have is this. It's yerba mate. It's great. Check it out if you don't know what it is. It's just, it's not really a tea. It gives you energy to talk about bullshit though. It's super fun. I gave up. I couldn't play the game, sure. Time went on. Shortly before the trip, maybe like 3 days before the trip, sorry, I was like, man, I really want to play that game now. So I tried other means to play it on the PSP. I was like, hey, there might be RetroArch build for the PSP. There is a RetroArch build. For people who don't know what it is, it's kind of a front end, so an application running emulators. Battery on the PSP lasted for an hour and a half playing freaking Game Boy games. RetroArch is huge. It can do a lot, but it's massive. As a piece of software, it is massive. So I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. What am I supposed to do? Like play for 2 hours and go back to my cabin to charge the PSP for 6 hours? Like, no, man, that makes no sense. And it hit me. Hey, I'm actually a software engineer. Not that kind of a software engineer, but I build websites for corporations so they can make $5 billion on me every month. And I was like, hey, maybe I can use this skill somewhat and create an emulator that plays that freaking Game Boy Color game, dude. And I did. Instead of packing for the holiday, we were going to Italy, so there isn't much packing. It was warm as heck. I was like, let me write this emulator first, and I did. I legit built an emulator. It's called Frog GBC. I released it before I went on my holiday. It supports first of all, it's not an emulator I built per se, it's something I compiled. The emulator itself is called Gambatte, and I try to put the name of that everywhere I can, in license, in README, so you guys know. Gambatte is the very same emulator that stuff like this, like Mio Mini, runs, or even Emulation Station on the Steam Deck, if you play Gameboy games on it, I guess. So it's really an up-to-date emulator core. I published it, I played my Chantal, I didn't like it, I didn't finish it. So I guess that was a waste of time, but the emulator stuck. And I came back from the holidays and I was like, oh man, I really wanted to finish Celeste. Celeste, I guess, I don't know how you guys say, it depends on where you are. I finished the classic one on the V1, sorry, on the Mio Mini before. So Pico 8 version of Celeste. It was super fun. Highly recommended. Check it out if you haven't. But again, PSP doesn't really have a way to play Pico 8 games, so I should rather say it didn't, because I've built on top of that emulator, the Frog GBC, I've built a runtime for Pico 8 games. It is called Frog R8, like that letter R. It's hard for me to say because of my accent dissonance. Yeah, it's a nice emulator. Played some games, but it's kind of an older runtime. It wasn't updated for years at this point, like 4 or 5 years. Didn't play Celeste 2, so I couldn't actually play it. Another game, I was like, god damn it, Sony makes me wanna buy another handheld. It's only been 20 years since I got this one. This bad boy can run for another 20 years just fine. So I've built another Pico 8. There's actually 2 Pico 8 emulators coming from me, or runtimes rather. This one is called Frog 08, and it's a port of Fake 08 for the PSP. Much better compatibility. Celeste 2 run fine with frame skip, because PSP isn't really strong enough to run Pico 8 games full speed. So you want a Pico 8? Yeah, I got you, man. There is Pico 8 on the PSP now. Then I wanted to play Adventure Island for the NES, but I'm old. I told you I'm old, and I'm an old millennial. Like, I'm on the deadline to go to my grave. That's the closest I've been to any deadline in my life, the finishing one. Jokes aside, I wanted to play a platformer game I'm too old for, apparently, and I sucked at it. There are good emulators for NES for the PSP, don't get me wrong, amazing emulators, but they don't support modern features like Rewind. So I built FrogQNES, because it's QuickNES, the core is called QuickNES, which lets me, I don't even know where I'm at, it lets me cheat. Essentially, I can run the game just like you will, and I can set a feature you would know from RetroArch called Rewind, so that I can just start the game, and whenever I die, instead of resetting or loading a save state, I can just rewind. I can just hold a button and rewind. And it works on Gameboy as well. I ported that feature back to FrogGBC. So they have fast forwards, they have rewinds, they have save states, you can change scaling, integer or otherwise. I actually even built in some form, it's really not much. But you can change the theming of it as well. Like, look, you can make it look like a DMG or GBA or SNES, or you can make it look like Pico 8. I mean the theme of the emulator, right? So yeah, good stuff. There is more coming. NES is one I released. Game Boy Color is the first one that really got released for this framework. Pico 8, there are 2 runtimes, 2 Frog emulators for it. Moreover, I'm working on bringing Frog Drive, which is a Mega Drive updated core, updated emulator. I'm working on bringing Wonders 1. There is a really old MU for the PSP. I'm working on getting that updated. There is also Neo Geo Pocket, which I'm hoping to get out soon as well. Yeah, I guess that's it. What I meant to ramble about is that, I don't know, I just build stuff that I need, and I kind of need emulation right now. And I love those simulation consoles, don't get me wrong, but since I actually play games to finish games somewhat, not in a way that I tackle my backlog and it's the mission of my life. I just play games I enjoy and I finish games I enjoy. It just so happened that PSP has a ton of those games I haven't finished yet. Oh, that one wasn't actually that great. Like the classic, like Patapon, the actually MotorStorm I did. Loco Roco, I finished one this year. The second one is upcoming, as you can see. I just wanted to make it better. I just wanted it to make it run games that I actually enjoy, in addition to the native games. So yeah, Captain Flies, man, it's soon to be winter. Oh, thankfully they will disappear. So yeah, if you enjoy those emulators, do let me know. If you wanna help out, do let me know. If you have issues, do let me know. Links are in the description. If you wanna learn more or hear more from me, also let me know. I've never really done something like this, just ramble about something I'm excited for. So yeah, watch out, there's more coming. I'm not stopping. FrogUI, that's my working template name for the project, has evolved to run many more emulators than I expected. It's no longer just Gameboy, it's NES, it's Pico 8, it's Mega Drive, it's gonna be Wonders 1. Fantastic thing all around. Enjoy. Have fun.